Shall we? Get your shine on, baby. Boom, baby, boom. Rise and shine. It's dogs on shirts time. Doing their job, and that's what they're doing. It's a question of the day. It's the morning motivation on a shirt, much like I got on my hoodie right now. Welcome to Higher Than an Astronaut. That's what I call this shirt. We'll be higher than an astronaut. I've already smoked a little bit this morning. I smoked the last end of the doob, and now I'm going in the morning walk with a fresh one. Good morning. And what a day to be alive, dude. It makes me feel alive. If you can just get the fuck off your bed, put me down, say, fuck listening to Saint, man. He told me to go be free. That would be awesome to me. The way that you would feel from a guy that's lived through depression, reading about my friends suffering depression, suicide attempts, reading about people having suicide attempts, flashbacks, PTSD from prison, fucking Google photos showing me my ex. Like, I get it. I'm human. I'm with it. But what I really am with is the power. The power, you folks. The power. Am I getting followed by a helicopter this time or what? Last time was fucking the street sweeper. This time it's a helicopter. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, going to the lake. And question of the day, Amun Ra, the sun god, for all you Egyptians out there. When you believe in power, right? Like, I know what the sun does with its power. If you really want to keep it 1,000, what's really cool about the sun is the sun does all the work. You know what I'm saying? It's putting in for, I don't want to almost call that phosphorus. That's not photosynthesis. Almost called it phosphorus. Man, I'm already high, dude. Didn't even light the blunt yet. That last little blunt, like I smoked like this much of it. I'm already baked. But, it's the morning motivation show, and I'm going to the store. You're not just walking with me for my exercise. I brought my backpack, psychedelic backpacks, because we're going to go get some groceries. I just wanted to get up early, get on the case, get some groceries, and, add to the team. That's what it's all about. Teamwork makes the dream work. So anyway, I'm first one at it. Been up for a while, and what was starting to transpire in my mind is like, maybe I'll just freestyle this morning motivation. I always like to periscope with a purpose. I always like to talk with a passion and a light. And it really helps when the light's on you, right? It really sucks when it's not, And part of, on a Saturday, part of the noise that gets in between us, what I was thinking was like the cravings become the cycle starter, right? So the C and the C. So when you become cyclical, habitual, when you be performing the same acts over and over again, which we are all guilty of, we have found ways to placate ourselves. We have found ways to soothe ourselves. We'll even watch videos that are soothing. Well, I know I do. Like I love my printing stuff because the noise, what is it, the SSRIs or whatever? No, that's the serotonin reuptake inhibitors. That's not it. That's anyway, you know what I'm saying. My point is like that repetitiveness kind of keeps us in a zone, and the cravings initiate it. So I was just like, okay, if you are satiated, if you are just completely satisfied and full up, what will happen to you is a craving will begin. Let's just say thirst trap is why I put this out there, because you get on Instagram, you start thirst trapping and yearning for someone else's greatness or someone else's shine, and forgetting your own shine, forgetting your internal combustion engine, right? We check our oil more than on our car than we do on our hearts. And unfortunately, without knowing yourself, I started to know myself, and this is why I'm sharing it with people, is because what would happen is I started to identify when I was getting emotional, right? And it's not just a photo. One of the first things I would do is, all right, if I got off a bad conversation, didn't go right, customer's unhappy, where's that blunt? One of the other things I would do last night kind of reminded me just how strong food cravings are. People don't want to talk about it, but the craving for food, man, almost had me with that Burger King again, throwing fries and mayonnaise down my throat before I go to sleep. And I know it's not good for me. And I know it was 2 o'clock, then it became 3 o'clock, then it became 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm still craving it. Bruh, enough's enough, man. We gotta have some self-control, some self-respect, to not smell like fries and a steak in the morning, you know? Like, I always get it on my hand. I'm like, what's that smell? It's like onion on my hand. I'm like, ooh, I'm stinky. I want to be stinky. I want to be stealthy. I want to be the things that I say I want to be when I'm feeling happy because I'm on a show. And that's the thing that transpires the most is, getting it, putting my power where my money is. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the money. Oh my God, thank you. Our power. We choose things with our power and behold ourselves to do things with that power. A lot of us, I'm not trying to say just because I'm good looking or something, but I know, and how do I treat them? And we listen to so many shows and people just want to be treated right. And I feel like I treated my ex excellent. Like we couldn't have done it even more better and more perfect, but it still wasn't enough. That's going to make you feel a lack. And if you start believing in lack, then you're not actually living in abundance. So it's a really tough sport here to do stuff with our power that isn't so. Let me go this way. Here we go. Going down. Watch that. Watch that. Mark Saint's coming out. Watch that. Watch that. And do something else with my energy, bro. That was one of the hardest things to do with Saint's addiction is feel the pull of a craving, but stick to my guns for my healing. This is a tough one. When you're hurt, you're going to look like an emergency for a tourniquet, for a bandage. Oh my God, it's all as fuck, but they got a treehouse up there. How fucking cool is that? Used to love going on the treehouse, climb a tree, and just sit up there. I think I was a stoner before I was a stoner, if that makes sense. Anyway, so when I'm doing it, getting my mind right, talking to people about getting their mind right, talking to people about suicide attempts, talking about all sorts of shit. And I think, I know, oh shit, people on the ground, I hope he's okay. Oh shit, he looked like he fell. See, that's that energy. That's that energy between people, where we identify as human real quick. And as powerful as we want to be, no matter how much money he's got, it ain't gonna just pick him up and not be cut. You know what I mean? Like, we all bleed. And some of us use our powers to make other people bleed. And I know I've made other people bleed. And unfortunately, women have to bleed once a month. It's a signal of life and humanity. And it's not that you're just a statue or a mannequin or some blow-up doll. All of us have a power. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if you know what your power is. I try to think that my power is resilience, my endurance. The book endure.com, go get it. It's on Kindle, please. My book Inside Prison was what is the maximum I can endure. How long can you go without water? They say like a week. How long can you go without food? 2 weeks, right? How long can you go without your addictions, right? How long can you go without your fantasies? How long can you go without your repetitious behavior? And that's when it started to dawn on me that little 5 seconds, that little piece of secondary that makes me talk to myself crazy, or because the feeling will come up like, what I really want to do, that kind of feeling, right? But won't happen after it is the action, putting energy behind it. And that's something I don't see people doing. They don't do anything with their power. They become powerless and they give it over to somebody else, and they go, hey, you fix me, or let me buy my happiness. I'm one Birkin bag away from smiling. And then you get the Birkin bag, and then you realize that 6ix9ine's giving Birkin bags to all the bitches, and that you're just number 13, 14 of Birkin bags. It makes it less special. It doesn't matter what the fucking prize is, unless you want the person and it comes the way you want it. Humans are picky. We're fickle, bruh. Check out the lake, man. You know something? A man-made lake in the middle of Las Vegas. We are out of our minds. Disillusion, the dystopia of what we want and what's going on in our lives. So it's like, if you really, 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 really want it, you'd put some of your power behind it. You would initiate yourself. You'd start taking notes. You would start showing up. You'd start getting that energy inside of me, that combustion engine, whatever fuel you need, that motivation to get the engine moving. And that's one of the things that I was just like, wow, like if I'm this much pulled, like the engine could run in reverse, right? Like if you want to get pulled by emotions and depression and feelings of inadequacy, that's just real, bro. You can hang on those feelings all day, and usually what happens is it gets like triggered from the dopamine or the lack thereof, because we've literally squeezed every drop of dopamine we could by finger fucking our phones all day. And then when we have a chance to actually regulate, there will be a craving. And when the craving comes up, now we're doing the chasing. And that's why I became craving, chasing, cyclical. These 3 C's is what I noticed for my patterns or addictions or people, was that we'll make it a thing. Yeah, we'll make it a thing. Like, you're hungry? Guess who's making a fucking run to the Taco Bell late at night? Your boy, guilty. Oh, you're horny? Yeah, guess who's masturbating and anytime he wants? Guilty. Oh, you feel inadequate? Oh, okay, guess who's needs to be doing more pull-ups? Your boy here, guilty. I'm trying to just use myself as an example, because I don't want to call anybody out, and everyone's different, but you. That's what's weird. Everyone's different, like a snowflake, but your pattern's yours. And in the way that 6 stars, they're always 6. All of us have these like 6 sides to us, financial, spiritual, physical. You know what time it is. And when we're in these zones, real zones of our lives, right? Talking to ourselves, will I see again? Will I see me in my cycle? Will I be able to help myself out and go, no, not this morning. It was such a grateful feeling, but no, I'm not grabbing the phone. Usually I tell myself, because I just want to check what time it is. But it also makes me start calculating the messages and checking the emails and responding. And next thing, I'm on the damn phone for 2 hours straight in the morning, dumping my dopamine. And I'm like, do I want that? Or do I want this awesome feeling like I'm feeling now, to be in the sunshine, to talk to you fine folks, to be able to rise myself up and feel fit and, walk to the grocery store. Most cities, like if you were in Germany or Finland or Italy, some of these places were really built for people to walk, for you to be close to the store. Now, Las Vegas is built around cars, so it's not as convenient as it could be, but that's what it is. I wanted to walk. Yeah, 5-minute drive or 30-minute walk, 23-minute walk. I want to walk, and it's kind of weird because everybody's got a car, and then they kind of stare at you, and then you got like psychedelic hoodie shit, and then they want to know what you're up to. You're in the neighborhood. The guy's pulling out all slow behind me like a rapist. I'm like, what's going on, bro? What's going on? So what's going on is I'm making myself go. That's what's going on. I'm making myself go on. And, what's up? My mood. And how did I get it there? Attitude, workout, decisions, like these little things, the little crack the code, if you will. If you got to go a little bit to the left and a little bit to the right to get your, locker open, a little bit to the left would be the getting up early and getting that sunshine on my eyes. You got to actually get outside of the house. I know I filmed for 30 minutes, but I need anybody that could watch it later. I'd much rather you put it on the counter and just hear the words. You get the message. You don't have to get, you get the message. You don't have to give the time. I don't know how else to explain that. I'd much rather you get these key components and go practice it. It's almost like when you're making I don't know what this dude's doing. When you're making a recipe, right? You get these key components together, mix them up, and bake it. And bake daily. I got a great baked daily shirt, you know what I mean? But bake daily is all of us. To bake something, cook something, construct something, figure it out, get the materials, put the materials together. Man, I don't know. I'm not like at a high traffic zone or something. Well, I'm walking more towards the main street. But anyway, hey, Biddy Mac, I love my life. Every day I wake up and listen to Mark saying, then I'm good to go and on to the world and win. I watch the show. What are you saying? I watched the show while having breakfast and morning smoke. Oh, Benny Mac, thank you, bro. Thank you, man. All the way to New Zealand, bro. Do you know that you're trending in the analytics? You and India. Apparently, I got a little fan club in India, bro. What if I look Indian to them because of my beard and they want in? No? Too soon? All right, anyway. So, you get the point. My point is hold tight. I'm going to try to get this instructions. Rotate device. Okay, cool. Still alive. Yeah, I thought it was I don't know. Doesn't matter. It's more of a walk. That's what I'm doing with my power. I'm walking. I'm enjoying the day and going grocery shopping at the same time. Brought my backpack so I can hike it back. If I were in the military, I'm sure it'd be a 60-pound sack. So, the challenges, the efforts, the power that we choose to do with is amazing. As human beings, if you really want to, I don't mean superhuman beings like Navy SEALs, but just people in general. I've been in South Korea and they have a huge hiking culture, huge. And man, do they love their gear, REI or whatever gear, Birkenstocks, Patagonia. Well, what I'm saying? These motherfuckers are hikers. But, one of the old ancient Asian philosophies was the power in the mountain. These Buddhists to go into the cliffs and live there. I was blessed enough to go. I mean, I don't know if you guys know, but I used to live in China. And I've seen a whole Buddha, motherfucking carved ass, looking ass, inside this area, inside of a mountain. And it was, I don't know, 20 stories tall. Like, oh my, look, there's another butterfly. Oh, it's a hummingbird. Oh, wow, cool. No, that's like a little bird thing. Anyway, you know what time it is. So that's it is, to get to know what time it is, to get to know our power and what our power is, and be able to translate that into something. A lot of us, we just give it away. You get porn for free, but you give away your nut and you're the firstborn. You get cheap food from McDonald's, but you're giving away your health and you're getting a heart attack later. We're getting our thrills, we're hitting the rewards, and we're in no servitude to anything else. My spiritual mentor asked me, what's my devotion? And I said, shit, dude, that's a fucking hell of a question. What's my devotion? I'm devoted to t-shirts. I said, got it. So that's what we're going to do. It's going to be about mostly saints, and giving, and start doing Saints brand as 100% giving to Saints giving, and get back into feeding the homeless, and get back into my good patterns of hitting the gym, and get back. I mean, it's the new year, so why not hit your markers, hit your mile markers, that's what we call them, hit your goalpost. There's certain things that all of us are inside, will say it. You're lying to yourself if you have one. You're like, especially if you're on Instagram, finger fucking the phone. Ooh, she's hot. I wish I had a girlfriend like that. Well, no, you don't, because if you really wanted a girlfriend like that, you would go to the aerial classes and work out with her. You'd be at the gym where she's at. You'd be eating healthy like she is. We don't want to mirror. It's supposed to be a vision for a vision. Nobody want to do that work. Nobody wants to do that work. They don't want to put anything in it. And it's like, you have power. You have power in your life. You have power inside you. And there's certain things that you can do. You can get up and walk. You can get up and talk. You can. I used to say to myself all the time, I just have no excuses. I'm not retarded. I didn't have any physical deformities growing up. I'm not bad looking. You know what I'm saying? And I work hard. Like, what's my excuse? I'm willing, I'm strong, I have a strong body and mind. What's my excuse and why is it not working? And then that's when I start looking at myself, at my excuses and my addictions and my patterns, and deconstructing this thing called me. And I'm like, well, how is it you're able to stay up 3-4 a.m. chase and blow, but when it's time to fucking design something, you're like, I want to go to bed early and I'll do it in the morning? Who's that guy? No, don't know him anymore. But my point is that that guy is inside of all of us. That reaction is us. And that 5-second decision is making all the difference. So I just started keying in, you know, they say tap, tap, tap in, you know what I mean? I started to tap in, and I started to, you know, question myself and ask questions and examine and cross-examine, and then put it under a microscope and do some lab results and testing. And it turns out I'm 100% that bitch. Electric bicycles are fucking dope. So yeah, I'm 100% that bitch, like she said. You know, I'm 100% that bitch. Yeah, you're that guy. That's you. Your patterns. Ask your friends. They'll probably tell you about yourself. They'll be like, yeah. Or at least when you die, they'll be like, yeah, he really liked drinking. You know, your constitution, your commitments, whatever you're devoted to, will be shown. You know, I used to go to my cousin's house in New Orleans. I thought about this today, but in New Orleans, he had all these Hennessy bottles. They're like a pint or something, I'm not sure, but they were all the same, and they were in the corner. And every so once in a while, they would rattle from the rat in the house going between them. He lived behind the bottles. There was a rat on the sauce, bro, at his house. And every so once in a while they jingle, and you'd be like, oh, the rat's loose. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was his commitment to the Hennessy. It's his commitment to his feelings. It's his commitment to living those feelings again. So no matter what, you'd always go back to the same position and cycle. And that's the trouble with the cycle, is it doesn't end. You end up in the same position, and my power is to get you doing a different cycle over here. Or, I mean, we're going to be cyclical, but a healthier cycle. The switch, the Saints addiction switch, that I'm not going to do my addictions no more. I'm going to be saintly, and not in a Catholic way, or I'm going to be perfect, but I'm going to choose some stuff that's better for me, not this other destructive stuff, which we all know we do. So every one of us it's just us anyway. So who's been smoking all my weed? Boom, this guy. You know what I'm saying? Who's been spending all your money? Boom, this guy. Who's been making all those bad decisions? Right here, dog. You know what I'm saying? In control, or lack thereof. So, you know, by the time we get into a position of knowing ourselves and having a good conversation about it, because you're going to have to be honest with yourself. It's like AA, you're going to have to feel powerless to it and admit that it's been fucking pulling your ass more than what you wanted to. And a lot of us don't want to admit that. Yeah, we're out here coming to the big street now, after school, preschool program. I'm walking to the stove. I'm gonna try to speak louder because it's about to be loud out here. I'm on a busy street and I got 6 minutes to go, but I want to just kill this show. You can be live on the Vegas streets and explain what I do in my power, how I stand in my power, how I get my confidence, how I maintain this thing called life and get it to work for me. And not against me, like it's been doing since I was a kid, man. I think I've always suffered from some sort of depression, right? I think I've always suffered from, or making myself suffer, and I didn't want to do that anymore. You know what I mean? I just didn't want to be in suffering. I didn't want to, dude, check out all these cars, bro. I didn't want to be on some kind of trouble, dude. I wanted to be free. I wanted to be free to be me, to walk in front of strangers with my own gear, my own dream, represent myself, not be afraid. People started saying, what's up with the hoodies? I fucking love it. The psychedelic backpacks, I love it. I'm selling everything that I'm wearing from head to toe. And a lot of people, they're scared to grow. They'll be scared of their own self-image. Like, it's scary to look back and see your own face as the Wizard of Oz. You know what I mean? To see the other side of Willy Wonka. You know, he was scary, bro. He was scary, you know? Like, that's us, man. Life is scary. It's like out there, it's like demons. And sometimes you're one of them. And it's not always fair. and tragedy happens and trauma's a part of it and loss, and they don't teach you any of that. They don't teach us any of that. They just expect us to just, I don't know, float, I guess, and just hope. But I didn't want to poke and hope, bro. I wanted to put myself in position to win. And winning to me was being free. Where am I? I'm at KKLZ. Holy shit, I'm at the radio station. I'm like, why are all these cars wrapped? 1057 old school and more. The Coyote, the country. The 702 VGS. Wow. Creating an hour, baby. Oh shit, there's some po-po dodo. Watch the po-po dodo. But that's where it's at, you know? It's inside of us. And I just wanted people to experience it for themselves. You know? Experience themselves as a stronger version of themselves. Experience yourself walking into the scenario that you already imagined, that you spent enough time exercising so your body feels fit. Right now I can feel my midsection. I normally just hangs with the sadness and depression and the food that I ate. And I mean, it makes me get shamed because now I got body morphic disorders. I never tell anybody this often, but I used to be bulimic. Like, no joke. In high school, wrestling, I was going to say collegiate wrestling, we were all about the fucking weight, bro. It's all about how much you weigh, what you look like. It really is just how much you weigh. And then it turned into another body dysmorphia. It's like what you look like. And then that's when working out becomes another addiction. And there's a whole list of things that I used to do. But my point is that talking to myself was letting me throw up. Like, are you for real right now? Yeah, your boy Saint thankfully kept his teeth, but yeah, I was throwing up my meals. I was binging and purging. I was getting all my rewards, but not wanting any of the consequences. And that's all of us, dude. That's all of us, like running away from our accountability, running away from our actions, running away from our decisions that we made. And I'm trying to tell you, you can make better decisions if you start off in the mornings, not grabbing your phone, going outside, getting some sun on the eyeballs, on the skin, getting some good calories in you, stretching, feeling your body. If you can do that before you race off to work, before you become a rat race, if you can harness your chi, that's what we call it, then you're in your power. Then it doesn't matter what you're wearing or how you look or what people think of you, because you're in your own power. When you have power, energy inside of me, there's nothing that can stop me. I'm focused, I'm ready, and I'm activated. And that's a really strong start for people that want to get motivated. You know what I mean? You got to get in there and say, now that I placed myself with all the energy inside of me, I now am ready to play this game called life in a winning position. Not in a position that was uncalculated. I just randomly got past an opportunity and I was too drunk to appreciate it, or I was too inebriated, or I self-sabotaged again. Not this time. Not this time. This is what I'm going to do with my power. I'm going to initiate myself. I'm going to put myself in the game. I'm going to believe in myself, and I'm going to give myself a chance. This time, I'm not going to blow an opportunity. This time, I'm going to show up and do my best. I have all these tools and assets I've learned from these experiences, and it's built me to this time now. That's my power. My power from the start. It's your boy Marky Saint, Saint's Addiction. And as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever and finish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, subscribe. And then you get all this, anything you got out of it, comment below or share it with the friend that needs it. That's how we do it over here. And go be blessed, though. And don't forget to shine. Keep shining your light. It's a blessing. Peace and love. I'll see you on the other side. Ciao, bella, beijos. See you, brother. Thanks for watching too, homie. You're the man. Later.